jump right in to the let's stream System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster. We're going to be playing as the Marine this time.
Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine?
In 2072, a rogue artificial intelligence known as Shodan lost her mind. In her limitless imagination, Shodan saw herself as a goddess, destined to inherit the earth. That image was snuffed out by the hacker who created her.
February 3rd is the day the magic happens. The Von Braun, the first starship in history capable of traveling at faster than light speed, will undertake her maiden voyage. This incredible journey is the result of teamwork between the UNN Protectorate and the incredible scientific minds at the newly relicensed Tri-Optimum Corporation. Imagine being able to travel to distant star systems in a period of weeks. It's all part of Tri-Op's commitment to the future. The Von Braun is packed with over 1.8 billion flight, scientific, and security systems, nearly all developed by Tri-Optimum and its wholly owned subsidiaries. Providing security for the Von Braun as she plows through the heavens will be the UNN Rickenbacker. At her helm will be no less than Captain William Bedford Diego himself, hero of the Battle of Boston Harbor during the Eastern States Police action. This incredible union of government and corporation is made possible by an intricate series of docking mechanisms that will allow the Rickenbacker to piggyback its way into jump space. Sleek, fast, revolutionary. Who knows what wonders await our crews in the bosom of the cosmos? All we do know is that it's a great day for mankind.
This is Dr. Marie Delacroix of the UNN Von Braun. We've been hijacked by an unknown force. Ship security has been compromised. Do not allow the ship... Repeat, do not allow the ship to leave under any circumstances. I don't know what we're up against here.
Okay, can everybody hear me? Is my apparently there was an issue with the mic. Is my volume level good before we actually start playing? If someone could just comment in the live chat. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Welcome to the Ramsey Center UNN recruitment facility. Please watch your step when leaving the train. The grav shafts at the end of the hall will take you to the street-level training and recruitment center. Please proceed to the grav shafts.
Part of me would like to see what's down there, but if there's anything worth doing, I'll make a little video about it. So, this is my second...
Step into the grav shafts to proceed to the street-level recruitment center.
This is my second run of the remastered 25th Anniversary System Shock 2. I played through as the Navy. Now I'm going to do the Marine Corps. Might do the OSA. People are already asking me if I'm going to do the OSA. We'll see. Could happen. Let's see if I can do this as a Marine first. I have had mixed luck with the Marine, but I'm probably too comfortable playing as the Navy, so...
Before you choose your career, you'll want to learn some basic abilities. First, you should go into the Basic Training Center. When you're done with basic training, proceed to the Advanced Training area.
Yeah, you know, all the press is talking about how good the tutorials and
If you've
training.
completed basic training, you're ready for the advanced lessons provided here. Advanced training will familiarize you with the
Blah,
three
blah,
key
blah.
areas of military service: weapons training, technical training, and psionics training. Approach the Cyberlink booth of your choice to train in that area. When you've finished training in the three areas, proceed directly to the recruitment center to choose and start your military career.
It was the 90s. Your average user might have gotten very confused by something like this back then, as ridiculous as that may sound.
Here's where you make your choice, soldier. Here's where you enlist in one of the three branches of the military. Once you decide on your branch of service,
There's no going back. Got it. The press is talking about how good the training for this game is, and that's true. The trainings tutorials do allow you to get a nice big taste of what's going to be what, and you'll be well served by that later on. It's true. But I've been playing this game for 25 years.
Welcome to Space Station Wake Island, Marine. So, you survived basic training at Camp Lejeune. Better still, you managed to learn a thing or two about standard weapons. But now, it's time for the real deal. Your tour of duty will consist of 4 postings over 4 years. The Corps demands a lot of you grunts, but the Corps is generous. You get to choose your own postings. Head up to the shuttle base in the center of Wake Island, and you'll be briefed on what's ahead.
Did you
When you
just...
find the right posting, head into that bay to accept the assignment. Good luck, Marine.
Did you just stumble on your lines, Sarge? If you're a Marine, so am I. I'm scared of you. These droids are troublesome. Let's get out of here. Okay. Oh, hello, EASCQ-8. We're gonna come right up to you and say hello. It's the Communist Satanic Marines. That's a unusual star.
Not every boarding party has the luxury of gravity, so the Corps strongly recommends every one of its brethren get... The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of... If you're partial to spending time... The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io.
So, this gives us a little blurb about the little fan servicey thing here, but we're building up our stats. A whole year has passed. We're back where we were, so now we're going to build up something else. Let's see, what are our options?
Dummy ammunition, live ammunition, moving targets, stationary target. The automated asteroid ore facility in JM. A tour of duty aboard the Antigua should let you pick up some one-on-one beam weapon training from Gunnery Sergeant Malloy. But
The Marine runs a risk of not having enough technical skills. So I'm trying to avoid things. I'm trying to avoid imparting skills we're not going to use and getting some of the things that might be a little less obvious for a Marine, because that's what's actually going to get us through.
The Colony Air Service gets the dregs of the fleet. And the Antigua... The Pleiades Trading Station's long... The UNN's... The Pleiades Trading... The Colony Air Service gets the dregs of the fleet. And the Antigua...
Yes, I am sure I'm not going to do it. I'm not playing the Black Parade. Okay.
Shuttle A-138, you have clearance for landing on the Von Braun in Shuttle Bay 2. Welcome aboard, soldier.
Reinitializing memory strings. Restoring patient memory. Restoring memory. Restoring memory.
Steady yourself, soldier. This is Dr. Janice Polito of the Computer Ops Staff of the Von Braun. You're safe for the time being. You're recovering from the effects of surgery and will be unable to remember any of the events of the last few weeks. You're on board the Starship Von Braun and something's gone very, very wrong. Some kind of force has hijacked this ship. That's why you volunteered to be implanted with some experimental cybernetic implants. Rely on your cyber interface. It just might save your life. You must find an elevator and come up to Deck 4 to meet me. Deck 4. Can you remember that? But keep your eyes open. They're after us both now. Watch out. I'm getting strange readings from that radar dish outside the window. It's become unstable due to... Move! Take cover!
Critical decompression hazard in the cryo recovery suite.
Okay, let's not get sucked out to space.
The entire sector is depressurizing and the blue vacuum shield won't last long. Get through a secure airlock before you're sucked into space. Move it!
Gotta check for the code.
Great. Gotta change the access codes out of Cryo A again. Like I've got nothing better to do. I think Grassy just likes to make work for me. I'll set the new code to 45100. That should be easy enough to remember.
Warning. Decompression event imminent. Please move immediately to cryo recovery B. Decompression event imminent.
Charge the battery. Place the battery.
Good. You've managed to get out before the whole area depressurized. I've just uploaded you some cybernetic modules. You can use them to upgrade your cybernetic rig at the upgrade units in this area. There are 4 types of units in the next room. 1 for each subsystem of your cybernetic gear. Stats, psi, weapons, and tech. But use the modules carefully. They're hard to come by.
Certainly, ma'am. Okay, so if you are as yet uninitiated, we use cyber modules she gives us to beef ourselves up in one of 4 ways. For this campaign, just like my previous one, psionics is not going to be relevant. As I was remarking earlier, it's not impossible that I will do an OSA campaign, but I think I might have to try it first before I undertake to stream it, because it's probably going to be a long... Come equipped with a... look at that. If you play as a Marine, you got a laser sidearm.
Hey Doc, a security bot showed up with orders from you to place this grunt into the recovery freezer. I'm no cyber doc, but I know a plant job when I see one. I suppose you know they outlawed R-grade cyber goodies after that fiasco back on Citadel Station. But hey, I just work here, right?
That's right. Okay. So, I believe we are ready to proceed up the elevator. We don't rush. We don't ever rush, but we don't want to hang around too much either, because enemies will always spawn. Don't need that. But ammo is finite. I mean, technically nanites aren't, and technically shotgun ammo is sort of indirectly infinite.
Can somebody let me out? I can't find my card. Please, let me out of here.
I think, now I learned how to do it, finally. Let's just see if this is too bright. I think I like that a little better. And then, isn't this fun? Yeah, and I took damage on top of it. Alright. It wouldn't have been thorough if I didn't try. Maybe when I get my agility maxed out, we'll come back and give that another try, just for the spite of it. Alright, we're already here. Are we here? Yes. Alright. Time to go live.
Well done. I'm uploading some more modules.
Yeah, let's so the first level, there's a lot of dialogue.
Why is it that no one listens to me? The security protocols on the Xerxes system are clearly immature. Some idiot hacked into the primary data loop last night and made Xerxes sing Elvis Presley songs for 3 hours. I finally had to pull the voice subsystem offline. What would happen if someone with a real agenda got into him?
Okay. Alright. Even though he's a Marine, we are going to, we're going to build up his technical skills. He already is going to have an edge as far as weapons are concerned, sort of. But there's no point wasting finite ammo on enemies that you do not understand. So, immediately, we're going to start researching, getting into the habit of researching and discovering their weaknesses. It's a criminal waste of ammo otherwise. Got to enforce if we're a Marine, we got to enforce a discipline. Understand your enemy and defeat them.
Damn, damage has also taken out access to this bulkhead. It's the only way to get to the medical subsection. Pick up the battery from the floor and find a recharger. The one you used before is in hard vacuum now, I'm afraid, but there should be another one on this deck. Once you get the battery recharged, place it in the auxiliary override.
Yes, ma'am.
Marie, I've got to restrict access to engineering until we can figure out what to do down there. It's just too hot. I don't know where all the hazard suits went, so I'm reduced to bringing down an armful of rad hypos. Those damn things always give me a headache.
On most decks, you'll find a quantum bioreconstruction device. Xerxes shut them all down, but I've discreetly put them back online. You'll need to interface with each machine locally to provide a quantum entanglement sample. Once you do that, the device will be able to rebuild your body essentially from scratch. It's not pleasant, but it's preferable to slow decomposition.
Okay, so let's see. So right out of the gate, 25% bonus of the damage I'm going to be doing to these dudes. You're passing up free damage if you don't do that.
I got called up around 0430 to help unload the shuttle coming back from Tau Ceti. Kerenskin was there alone. Jesus, what the hell happened to him? He'd lost most of his hair, and you could see these lumps on the side of his neck. And that smell. I told him he should go see Dr. Watts, but he told me to mind my own business. Well, la-dee-da.
La-dee-do. Mind your own business, then.
Somebody's hacked into this thing again. I'm gonna tell Delacroix.
Okay.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
So we're still mainly just trying to figure out what the hell's going on, but we're being careful while we do it.
Xerxes has control of the ship's security system. Avoid or destroy any security cameras you see. You can hack security computers to power down the cameras too, if you're good enough. But don't rush the job, or you'll set off the alarm yourself. Your corpse is useless to me.
It's kind of like a big advantage, at least in a narrow sense, to have a having a laser pistol this early is a big boost. But you've got to understand that the Navy guy has technical skills you don't, and that's going to become an issue if you don't start working on that immediately.
I've been unable to get in touch with Delacroix. This place is falling apart. Members of my team keep disappearing. The leaks in the venting shaft shorted out the primary access channel, and that means we'll all be on auxiliary power until we can get it back.
That insipid computer Xerxes has shut down the elevator as well. You can transfer power to the engine core on Deck 1, which will get the elevator up and running again. But you can't use the elevator to get down there. Wait. There's some kind of maintenance access right on this hallway. You can use it to reach Deck 1. However, it's locked, and Xerxes is hiding the passcode from me. Dr. Watts should have the code. He's probably in the crew subsection. Grassi has the key to get in there, but he's in the medical subsection, probably near the biopsy lab. Now get to the medical subsection and find Grassi.
See, throwing a little too much at you. Let's stay away from Xerxes, so we know what she wants us to be doing. Let's go back and finish this.
I've been unable to get in touch with Delacroix. This place is falling apart. Members of my team keep disappearing. The leaks in the venting shaft shorted out the primary access channel, and that means we'll all be on auxiliary power until we can get it back up. That means all the lifts are out. Marie, where the hell are you?
Alright. Once we get to like ops or things settle down in engineering, it'll be a lot less. I won't have to talk over 5 different dialogues that are running into each other anyway. Let's see, is there anything? Doesn't look like it. That's hard vacuum. Alright, every time, that was research software, every time you acquire a upgrade, you save, because you don't know if it's going to necessarily spawn there again in a reload, so you don't risk it. Strike a balance between not overcommitting and keeping a pace. No reason to get in a fight in a crammed space if we don't have to. So we have to get in there. But it's not exactly going to be straightforward.
Access needed. Hi there. Please make your selection.
It's just good to know what's on offer.
Ever since we reached Tau Ceti, the lab monkeys have been acting strangely. Nurse Lesser picked one out of a cage to be brought in for vivisection, and the rest of them, I mean the entire group, stood up on their legs and howled. This wasn't just a random display. It was a protest.
Nurse Lesser. That nurse's name.
Each deck has a chemical storeroom where you can find the resources you need to research the artifacts you'll find around the ship. Don't try to carry around all the chemicals at once. It's impractical and unnecessary. Your research software will tell you what chemicals it needs, and when.
I'm really getting tired of having to talk over all this, but... This guy's faster. Anyway, Jennifer Herboda Lesser is one of the developers. I missed that up until now, but that's funny. Nurse Lesser. Okay, let's just drop down here behind cover so we can engage that turret.
This is Xerxes. Remember, the unauthorized usage of firearms aboard the on-board is a Class 3 infraction.
Alright, so at least now... Basically, the Marines' stats and weapons benefit is going to save us on some of the really expensive weapons and stats purchases we would have to make with the cybernetic modules later in the game. And that's not nothing. Autosave, huh? I wasn't aware there was an autosave. No, just gotta see which one we gained access to. I can't remember. Let's try this one first. We want to immediately start making sure that our
Access needed.
Our repair and maintenance skills are equal to the weapons we're carrying. And even though he's a Marine, we're going to stick with standard weapons. That might seem too repetitive, but if there really is any difference between the Marine and the Navy guy. I want to see if there's I want to see if there's subtlety and nuance to that. Or...
Well done. I'm uploading some cybernetic modules. Find an upgrade unit as soon as you can.
Well, speaking of as soon as I can, let's just see if I can't start on maintenance. But I want to see if there is nuance and subtlety in the difference between the Marine and the Navy guy, because... You know, maybe there was an assumption that if you're a Marine, you're going to go for heavy weapons, and you're going to be carrying around all the big stuff, but I was very satisfied and comfortable with the weapons I was using as the Navy guy last time, and, you know, Navy, Marines, both military... similar kit, similar, not necessarily identical, but I want to see if the difference in class has any depth to it or not. You know, it's like in the Navy, you come into this with a little bit more technical skills as a Marine. Your stats and weapons are up a little bit. Is there any difference to that? Let's find out.
You've managed to get into Med. Now find Grassi and get the keycard to the crew sector. He's the one who monitored your cryo sleep, so he might be interested in joining you, if he hasn't been butchered yet.
You say it like it's a good thing. Okay. Anything? Yes. Again, we don't rush, we check every checkable. If it's checkable, we check it. Probably gonna...
Access needed.
No, no. You do not pound.
Intruder entering medical sector A. Intruder, the many demands to know your intentions. Are you allied with her? Do you not know of her intentions, of her history? She once tried to destroy your species, and now you do her bidding. Intruder entering medical sector A.
You're an idiot, Xerxes. Anyway, before we were interrupted again, I don't want to risk dropping down there just yet. We don't bop our Doom guy with a metal pipe. We don't do that. Let's see.
Ammunition drain.
I mean, on overcharged. Kind of wanted to see if the laser pistol will kill them in one shot. So, alright, and then we would go for the uninitiated if we need what I think is fermium, yes, and that's here on this level. So no complications there, we'll get it anon. So wouldn't it have sucked to, you know, it's like we have one up there and we have one down here. Wouldn't it have sucked to deploy this thing prematurely? So it's like you want to have one of these mobile thingies set up on every floor, one per floor. And if you have to backtrack a bit, too bad. You're not going to have one in every section, but it's better than having to take the elevator to a different floor. Okay. So, did we...
Access needed.
Access needed. You need access.
You might witness some strange phenomena. Your R-grade cyber rig has an experimental perception enhancement that can theoretically detect residual psychic emanations. These emanations traditionally come from the recently dead. Literature might call them ghosts. I call them self-hypnotic defects in the R-grade unit. Don't let it distract you from the job at hand.
Whoops. So yes, it will zap him. Just clear these halls out a little bit. This is
Where'd everybody go? Is this some kind of joke? Hello?
Yes, it's a joke. Okay, Mr. Monkey. Soon enough. This can be kind of a squirrely area. We don't want to overextend ourselves.
These missions should have been scrubbed before it left Earth. We've been unable to contain the reactant coolant leaks on Deck 1. I've put an order requiring hazard suits down there. I know you think this would cause a panic, but it's better than giving everybody radiation sickness, don't you think?
What is a thought compared to a mind? Our unity is full of wonder. Which your tiny individualism cannot even conceive.
You'll have to excuse me. I am practiced up on this game after having played it for 3 days straight before starting this campaign. So I'm moving fast, and the dialogues...
You have not disappointed me. Transmitting cybernetic modules.
It's like the dialogues can't keep up with me. I mean, we're already 4 dialogues behind.
Angela, while it may appear that the lab monkeys are communicating with each other, I assure you it's quite impossible. You claim that one monkey signed the passcode for a supply closet to another, and the latter proceeded to open it. As I'm sure you know, there have literally been tens of thousands of studies of primate intelligence, and there is no evidence of behavior even remotely that sophisticated. So either you've single-handedly trumped the entire field of animal behaviorists, or you're badly in need of a vacation.
Alright, so the reason we're backtracking is because we're out of power, and that means no laser pistol. And we don't want to be out of laser pistol, because we're not swimming in weapons. We're not swimming in weapons so that we have 50 options if that pistol goes down. Like, if we run into cameras or turrets. We don't want to be without it. And, come on. Alright, so that's going to continue to research. That was kind of botched, but oh well. Nope, no rules, no challenge run. The only challenge is, this is probably only the 5th time I've ever tried to play SS2 as a Marine. The vast majority of my runs through this game have been as a sailor in the Navy. And I remember vividly, a long time ago, that my first campaign as a Marine was like a breakneck speeded triumph, and wasn't I so badass. And then the second time I tried to do it, which was some years after that, I like screwed up so bad I had to like end the campaign. I had backed myself into a corner with no way out. I screwed up so bad. And then I may have tried to do it 1 or 2 more times since then, but like didn't stick with it long enough to know if I was really gonna get it right or not. So the only challenge here is to see if I suck as the Marine or not. A single player mode for Ready or Not, or for System Shock? I mean, there's single player for Ready or Not, but you're going to have a team of 4 bots who you're going to have to either leave at the spawn point or tell them what to do. I mean, Ready or Not is multiplayer oriented, but you can play it single player.
This is Xerxes. Why do you persist in your loneliness?
This is a scripted event where the game basically tries to kill you. The idea is the game is literally trying to kill you in a very unbalanced combat. But it's not my first rodeo. Alright, see, so right out of the gate, to even fix this thing, we need to spend more cyber modules on repair. So, all damage we do to the monkeys has been increased 25%. Now, does repair 2 cost 15? We're going to go find out, because we've got 14 slugs that we could be using. I'm a Marine, so this time we're going to do that. I don't do that as the Navy, but we're not going to bother with glass. As I was preaching repetitively ad nauseum in the last Let's Stream of this I just did, backtracking and non-linearity are the name of the game in this game. Backtracking, going back, stopping what you're doing right now, and fixing yourself up are... it's the name of the game. We're even gonna bother at least doing Mod 1. And by the time I'm done, in terms of his technical skills, this Marine isn't necessarily going to be any different than the Navy guy. At least not in any way that matters. Alright, so now we have a shotgun, but do we even have the standard to use it? No, we don't. But we're going to get it. So we've got 0 cyber modules to go. Well, we're going to need at least probably 15 of them to do that. But we will get that many before we're done with this level. And in the meantime, let's see if this is a level 1 mod. Yes, it is. We can do a level 1 mod. Last time around, I destroyed a perfectly good pistol trying to modify it. I don't really fuss over modifying, but I usually do mod 1. I at least give these... Gotta be careful with your nanites, though. Okay, so that was the pistol. Warranty voided. Yeah, I bet. These are Reddit guns now. Alright, so we would need 2. So I'm not really going to bother. But your standard weapons can all benefit from level 1 mods. And the French Epstein devices. That can help. So we save, because that's progress. We don't want to... Cerebral stuff we don't want to have to redo. But backtracking and building yourself up is part of the action in this game. It's nerdy that way.
Good. You've made it into the crew sector. Now find Dr. Watt's room.
Alright, we are not getting caught up to these logs.
I can't raise anybody down in engineering. With the lifts out, I'll need to get down there through the emergency conduit in the Psi Annex. I think the access code is in Watts' lab.
Yeah, a lot of people are playing OSA on this remaster. I've been reading articles online. A lot of the reviewers did OSA. I don't know.
Whose idea was it to bring 150 chimpanzees on board anyway? The interest of science? What about the interest of hygiene? Does anybody have any idea how much crap 150 lab monkeys make in a day? The poor chimps. They come on board for the most historic mission of all time, and they end up being chopped into little pieces in the name of progress.
150 chimps is ridiculous. It wouldn't be a quarter of that.
Patient Watson died at 0240 of non-specific causes. Despite zero respiratory and brain function, the body is still displaying autonomous motor function, as does the parasite. At 0847, the patient even spoke to one of the nurses. Autopsy is set for 1630, and then we'll see what makes this Lazarus tick.
You see how the surfaces of the MDF are now polished like metal would be? It's not just one gray color. There's like these little lights, and everything's burnished, and it's exactly what it was before. It just looks better. It's a better version of it. It's not anything different. They really hit the ball out of the park with this remaster. The only thing I noticed playing through it the first time was that they didn't implement a quick save. That would have been awesome, but that's literally the only thing that I would have liked to have seen. And the very few changes they made are not anything I object to, and they're very few, and they're all cosmetic. I mean, maybe not. The spiders and the grunts seem to be more dangerous than they were last time. The grunts seem to be faster and better at dodging. The spiders seem to be tougher, and they do a lot more damage. And they're even more toxic than they used to be. That's just my subjective impression. I don't know if that's actually true. Okay, so this is our first OS upgrade. And we're going to... Yeah. I'm not really going to mess around with trying different OS upgrades. Sorry. It's just... It doesn't matter what class I'm playing. I'm not going to be using melee. You're always going to default to melee in this game a lot. Going to do a lot of melee in this game. You see how fast he came at me? I don't know that they used to do it quite like that, but...
Security forces have been alerted to your presence, intruder. The glory of the many demands your capture or destruction.
Yeah, well... Demanding ain't getting. I wonder, are these breakable? I've never noticed. Yes, they are. Again, little less averse to breaking shit this time around.
Your
Alright, now it's tedious, but make sure you pick every corpse over for nanites and ammo. These hybrids are going to do a lot to keeping you alive. There's a pistol. There might be some ammo in there. Let's see. There's a little... We modified the one we have, so we're married to it. We don't want to lose it. We don't want to break it by repairing dangerous circuits. Okay. I chose the Marine because I always play as the Navy guy. I'm trying to mix it up without departing too rapidly. If this campaign as the Marine goes well, I might be prevailed upon to try as the OSA. But honestly, I have the game down pretty good as the Navy guy.
This is Xerxes, Remember, replicator restrictions are in place for the good of all of us. All unauthorized database interactions will be dealt with to the utmost degree of the law.
We have picked up a transmission from the surface of Tau Ceti 5. I've been in negotiation with Captain Diego of the Rickenbacker, and after some coercion, he's agreed to go planetside as a joint venture. Imagine, this historic mission might even become more historic. First contact. And who is there to get exclusive rights to all media, patents, and land grants? Trioptimum. Miri, I told you this would be worth it.
Go ahead. Help ourselves to the Braun booster. That gives us an extra one of these. That can't hurt. Just gotta keep ourselves charged.
Wow, you're incredible. Do you know that? I made this game where I tried not to make myself think about you. What a moron. I love you, Rebecca, and I've got the plan. I've been buttering up the captain to transfer me from the Rickenbacker to the Goodwill team on the Von Braun. Pretty soon, nothing will keep us apart.
I've got a plan for you too, Tommy. Becca and Tommy, be notified thou. Shodan likes couples. I'm gonna have to go back up there. Okay. Does he? I don't remember what Sandoval used to sound like. Wee. Anything? No. So you gotta fish, go fishing for cybernetic modules. Boy, I want those nanites. There we go. That might have been the simple thing to do. Okay.
Watts isn't here, so he's probably in his office in the R&D sector. Maybe he's got a backup R&D card in here. Take a look around.
Got it. Are we up to date?
Well done. I'm uploading some more modules. Marie, I'm sorry I've been out of touch, but I've been working on that artifact Bayless brought back from Tau Ceti 5. I've done a level 3 analysis on it. I think it's some kind of artificial intelligence. I've managed to pull an audio tag file out of its memory. I'll let you be the judge. Marie.
I think it's English. That's what she said. Okay, so we came back through that a ways. Stick that pipe in your brand new extra orifice, buddy. They're a lot faster. They never used to be quite that fast. I don't have the strength to drop those guys in one hit just yet. We'll get there. All will be settled. However,
Silence the discord.
Again, you're lucky your dead body is just ones and zeros. Pissing me off. So I don't think this is actually where we need to be. In fact, I think we've just made one big silly loop. But See, my ADD brain, when I get turned around, I get turned around, but good. There's no halfway. We forgot something. I would have swore that was where we just were, though. There's that security station by the upgrade thingy. There was something I wanted to do there that we missed that I don't want to forget. Let's try this. Alright, so I didn't come in here.
Security system.
Goddamn Bronson and her stupid procedures. She's changed the code on the Med-Sci 2 sub-armory again. Now I've got to head back up to Deck 4 to find out what it is. Somebody's gonna frag her but good someday.
Can I watch? Sounds interesting. What we need is not down there. I think I know where we need to go, though. I want to go this way.
Dr. Watts is alive and in his office. He should know the code to the maintenance access shaft. Hurry! He's been badly wounded. Don't let him die before he tells you that number.
Yes. Again, we don't rush. Do not rush in this game. There's also that that irradiated area. We need to go back and finish that area off. I kind of pulled out of there. We've got to finish that. Do I not have any maintenance? Okay, so I need to not get ahead of myself. I still haven't made that purchase yet. Got it. It's like, I've got the plan, I've just got to put in the time.
There's only so much corporate calisthenics I can go through before I start to feel a little queasy, so let's get down to brass tacks here. We don't like each other. We each have our own motivations for undertaking this mission, so let me give you a little warning. I cannot be circumvented. I cannot be tricked. I cannot be manipulated. And I cannot be bought. You come at me straight, and keep the fancy maneuvers for your next board meeting. Just because my father swam with the sharks doesn't mean that I do.
No, you swim with the body of the booty. Okay. Whoops. Definitely. We acquire those the whole damn game. We only use them when we fight the many. No. No, no, no. We don't. Really don't want to have to deal with an alarm right now. Alright.
Good work. Here are some more cyber modules. Spend them wisely. They're not easy to locate.
So if we can get maintenance and the use of the shotgun out of this first level, that wouldn't be so bad. Maintenance 1 and like standard 3.
The time is 16:30. Autopsy subject A. Watson. Now we're going to make the first incision in... Hold him down.
I'm trying to! I'm trying!
You guys got pawned.
They're not dead. They want you understand? They want you as a host. Get away.
Oops. Figures. That's why I emphasized repair. It was in terrible shape because I can't maintain it yet. Wish you wouldn't waste those. Really wasn't in the mood to come up here and then thwack on both of them while they unloaded shotguns into me, so we spent some ammo. But it hardly matters yet. So I am very OCD about keeping this all organized. Something like that. Don't want to have to redo any of this. Let's see here.
All right, calm down already. The access code to the conduit is 12451. I've got an autopsy at 16:30, but let's grab a beer on the recreation deck afterwards. Sound good?
I didn't write that down just now, so when we get to that door, I won't remember. Come in here, homie.
Kill me!
I like it how they all have alcohol on them. It's like horror of being xenophied has made them all alcoholic. Or the many doesn't care if they're raving alcoholics, as long as they do their job. Now, I think we have Mr. Roboticus. Yeah. Okay. Wasn't he a bore? So let's go charge back up. We're not actually done here. I kind of pulled back from one area, and that's not okay because there might be some cyber modules down there. And I don't want to miss those. So let's recharge. Probably ought to heal freshly too. we're going to go into some radioactive areas. I'll only have 2 rad hypos. Also have to remember that this is a new run we're doing here. It's like
silence the disc.
I got lucky that time. All right. I didn't really push all the way into this area. I pulled back because this area can be a bit squirrely. Just
Radiation hazard.
okay.
Since returning from the surface of Tau Ceti 5, the patient has experienced numerous novel phenomena, evidenced by inflammatory nodular growth and the presence of a large worm-like parasite. This morning, the parasite penetrated the subject's chest from the inside and attached one end of itself to the subject's forehead. If I remove it, it could kill the kid. If I leave it... Final diagnosis beats the hell out of me. I'd love to refer this to Medorsky at CDC, but unfortunately he's 67 trillion miles away.
Alright, so we just scored a suit of armor. So that would have been silly to miss. This pistol looks like a Smith & Wesson SD9, but you could do worse, I guess. And it gets the job done. Little bit liberal with the ammo, but that's okay. Now, I believe I was in here, and I believe I actually did do everything. I think this is all. I didn't leave any of this half done. Pretty sure. Yeah, we're good. So we were in there. I'm just gonna make sure we weren't in here though. I knew I was forgetting something. This room will decontaminate us. It's a scientific shower.
Radiation hazard.
Yeah. Whoops. Those 2 modules can make the difference. Don't want to take a pass on them. Alright. If you ask me, it was worth it, but what do I know? How many do we have? 15. It's probably not going to be enough to do both of the things I'm hoping to do, but one is better than none. Okay. So we're going to visit the upgrade center one more time, and then we're going to head down to the engineering deck. No point carrying guns around if you can't if you can't maintain them. Better save those 5 modules though, because that's not going to be enough for it's not going to be almost enough for the 1 to 2. But the first level really is training wheels, and I might have to put up with a little deficiency in my technical skills relative to the Navy run, but we'll see. I don't remember the code.
Do not waste time patting yourself on the back. Get down to that shaft to engineering and reset the primary reactor core. That will restore power to the elevator and you'll be able to get up to deck 4. Get going.
Yes. Let's see, we at least need a hack skill of 1. I mean, she'll hand us that if we don't have it later on, but we can always use those modules. It's irresponsible of me to leave that at 0. That's just, with the upgrade tree in this game, you're going to have to spend some of them in a way you would have preferred not to, but if you keep the realities of what you're going to be faced with in mind later on, don't play to win the game now, play to win the game later. You're not going to win it now, that's for darn sure. So now what we're looking for is we're looking for standard. We're looking to beef up standard weapons, maintenance.
You're now on the engineering deck. Find the engine core and reset it. This will restore power to the elevators. I'm getting some kind of strange readings from down there, so keep your eyes open.
It's down to just a few of us now. Right after Valdez died, I guess I went a little nuts and started tearing things apart. But what do you know, I found 2 more rad hypes. Hopefully that'll keep me going long enough to figure a way past that damn turret. Who is that? Delacroix? Sanger?
Does that sound like a woman to you? Don't answer that.
Radiation hazard. Radiation hazard. Radiation hazard.
It's handy to have this thing.
Please make your selection.
But I wonder if it hasn't actually hamstrung us a bit, too.
Delacroix was right. This ship was not ready for prime time. Okay, the automatic safety seals have shut due to the radiation leak in the tubes. I'm gonna head down to engineering control. I think I can use the fluidics monitoring computer to purge the tubes.
Maybe. Maybe you can. This early reliance on the laser pistol will save us some ammo, at least for the first part of the game. Where you going, homie?
Your death pod
run right past me? Come on. Alright.
This is Xerxes. Due to the recent confusion, there will be a ship-wide census tomorrow at 0900. All personnel, please report to the common area of Deck 5 at that time.
The recent confusion. So we're going to need a code.
God, get me out of here. I've recoded the lock to this room. Maybe that will hold them. I'm heading to cargo bay 2. Come find me there.
Notice we are actually managing to save some ammo. And really, it seemed like...
The radiation must have locked the protective seals on engine core access. You're going to have to find some way to purge the radiation from the coolant tubes. Xerxes is blocking me out of the primary data loop, so I can't get any information to help you. He's working for them now.
Sometimes you don't have a choice. You've got to just demolish the threats. Now, don't you wish we hadn't saved this for here? Now, I researched this last time and then never found another one of them again in the last, so we will definitely research that, but I'm not gonna exactly run back and suspend the campaign just to get that. Where are we at? 3, so that's not gonna get us anything. Okay. This is... Come on. It's tragic. Okay. Now, watch for droids. They're going to come to say hi. We do not want a hug.
Do you not trust the feelings of the flesh? Our biology yearns to join with yours.
We welcome you to our mass.
But you puzzle us. Why do you serve our mother?
How can you choose cold metal over the splendor of flesh? But you fear us.
We hear your thoughts, and they rage for your brothers you believe dead.
But they are not.
They sing in our symphony of life. We offer another chance chance to join us. If you choose to lie down with the machine, we will rend you apart and put you separate from the joy of the mass.
Will be taken under advisement. Whoops. Makes a hell of a lot of sense carrying around an empty weapon. Whoops. Oopsie. Upsie daisy. Merciless hell, that was close.
They aren't making this easy for us, are they? I miss you. I know it's stupid, but I do. I think I'll wallow in self-pity for an hour or so and then write you again. Figures. I have to travel 67 trillion miles to meet a man. Once you're transferred to the Von Braun, everything will be better. I'll be better. I promise. Great. Someone's coming. Counting the seconds.
Tommy and Becca and Shodan are gonna start an OnlyFans account. Probably shouldn't have used that rad hypo. Doofus. Sometimes your enemies don't play nice with each other. You need to learn how to weaponize that. It's tragic. Okay. Stick your arm in there. No. Now, let's just floss for goodies. We're kind of like Garrett in space here. We're just sort of helping ourselves to whatever we think we might need.
Stay where you are, Beck. I mean it. This isn't something you can fight. This isn't something you can run from. If you love me, you won't come looking for me. Just hang tight. I won't let you down.
Oh, Tommy, you're gonna be let down. Shodan is gonna make you do things Frank Booth style. Definitely want to get access to this room.
No way. They're not gonna get me. They're not gonna change me. Rachel? Kids? I'm sorry.
That hat makes him look like the professional, but there's a fan theory that that was actually the very soldier we're playing as now. But I think that even in the 20-whateverth century that this is, there's no coming back from a wound like that. Not even... Okay, that was nice.
See you.
Just don't want to set off an alarm. Come on, homie, get over here.
Silence the discord.
Shit. God damn it. Get in here. Sometimes not triggering an alarm takes a little bit of work. Obviously, we're going to need...
My duty is to the UNN and to this ship. But can I resist the call of the many? My father's weakness brought Shodan into existence. My weakness has invited these things aboard the Von Braun. Can I undo the wrong I have done?
Indirectly. Okay. It's not a fast game. It's not Doom Eternal. And we don't have logs and Shodan barking at us constantly at this point. Now I have to remember that I recharged this thing. But it's in terrible shape because we still can't maintain it, so it's probably going to break again. And that is not convenient because these are super fun happy rooms.
This is Xerxes. Can you not feel the glory of the flesh? Do you not yearn to be free of the tyranny of the individual?
Hi there. Please make your selection.
The problem with that is that really just sort of burned through. It burned through a lot of our energy. And generally speaking, I think if we run back here, charge up again, and recommit, it won't spawn another one of those on us. I sure hope it doesn't. That's why modifying is, I might even bite the bullet and bring my modify up to 2, because I think you can really... I think the first modification is that the pistol burns charge at a more efficient level, which, considering that they've kind of married us to this little thing, by equipping us with it to begin with, which isn't bad because you get a lot of use out of this pistol, either as a Navy or a Marine. It's not bad, it's just... I'm still trying to get basic maintenance skills together. Okay.
To lurk back there.
Weapon jammed.
I like the droids. Voiced by Eric Broisius, who does the sound and music, by the way. Stay the hell away from me. Okay, let's see. Now, you gotta be careful. In these confined spaces, that's a lot of explosion. I got too close to one of those Mega Droid explosions a few times ago, and last time, and ended up having to do a lot over again as a result. Great. That's great. not about revenge exactly, so I think we're going to leave Mr. Service Guy to his own devices up there. We're just going to leave him be. He can wonder where the hell I went. Alright. Well, that's one way to deal with it. What a mess. Okay. A lot of this is, again, training you to explore in dangerous areas. You don't really start accomplishing much until you get the engine reset and you get this thing. Alright, so that looks safe. Can seem like just much ado about nothing. So the lesson on offer is if you push a vector into a level, push until you reach the dead end. You know, it's basically a dungeon crawler in space, so it's like, don't stop 3/4 of the way through and head to the exit. Don't do that. Yeah, you mean... Evasion is a perfectly, I'm confused now, though. Evasion is a perfectly acceptable strategy. You know, it's like, we're not trying... I'm definitely not going to have the hack skill to get that thing. It's not about revenge, it's about survival. You don't get extra points for killing everything in every area, and they will respawn. So... I have sometimes wondered if for the different character classes, if different levels of cyber modules are made available, if some classes have more than others. There's only 3 classes, but still. Let's see.
Taking precautions, I proceeded with further experiments. Since we've reached Tau City, creatures have gotten smarter and somehow gained limited psi abilities. I probed another subject with a Beta 5 cycle and sensed many things, but mostly an incredible empathy. The chimps have become acutely aware of their own history, of the vivisections and experiments that have been performed on them while on board the Von Braun. They have anger, and they are ready to express it. Clearly, they are both a fascinating scientific resource and an incredible security risk. My recommendation? Either freeze them in cryo-storage for the remainder of the mission, or liquidate them immediately. Who knows what other abilities they'll acquire.
Well, isn't that gangster of you? My little brainless friend. That's why we sort of want to bother to... I already have that. We go here. Then we go here. Doesn't look like there was really anything to be gained, though. Go get that. Don't really have the headspace to jump terribly well, but you gotta be careful. One of these lifts is busted and it will fall. But I think that's in Bay 2. Where are you? What do we got? What do we got? Standard. Of course, the advantage of not being able to use the shotgun is we are amassing a fair amount of ammo for it. We're collecting it out of the environment. It's, you know, we can carry it. Let's see. It'll help when we get to ops, for sure. Haha, you missed me. I didn't miss with the wrench. What do we got here, bro? Let's see. Nope. Seems like there are fewer cyber modules around if you're playing as the Marine. Maybe that's just subjective. But it seems to me like there's fewer cyber modules. Alright, now we get to do this all over again. I would have thought that would have stopped him. It's a good hustle, soldier. Watch for turrets. Watch for turrets again. Okay. Yeah, see, some of these technical things are going to be a bit more of an issue for me as a Marine. How does it feel? Okay, we need that. That is going to be for hydroponics, where we try to teach Gen Alpha kids phonics. Worse horror game than this is. You in there? Let's see. Definitely don't want to forget that. There's certainly plenty of ammo to be found. No. One of these is the one that falls. Apparently it's neither of these. on. This is kind of just a lot of fuss, but there's only really one thing in these whole 4 bays. There's only one thing we're really after here, but you've got to go through all of it. Boy, that's nice. Yeah, don't stand on that thing. I am a relatively discordant note, aren't I? Okay, let's see. I need to get a better mouse. My mouse is starting to get squirrely. I would have swore. Now I wonder how would one go about getting that one, especially since we couldn't use the lift from the second level to jump for it. Because the lift was up here and it was busted anyway. How would we get to those? Would we jump from here to get to those? Boy, we would need quite the agility to get over there. We don't have the headroom to do it from here. Well, we got these anyway. Get the sense I'm missing something. I do tend to get ahead of myself.
This is Xerxes. Due to measures beyond our control, all meal service aboard the Von Braun will be suspended. Nutritious snacks are available at most replicators.
Great. Eating diabetic snack food.
A laboratory worker from MedSci called me down to the vivisection room yesterday. He felt the lab chimps were exhibiting uncommon intelligence. I sat with one for 4 hours and tried to probe it with the Psyamp on a Beta-4 cycle. It failed to respond. I, of course, assumed it was because it was incapable of reacting to the sophisticated Beta-4 cycle. But then, I realized it was blocking the probe intentionally. As soon as I raised the Psyamp to attack it, the creature lashed out with its arms and projected a cryokinetic field towards me, paralyzing my arm. I
immediately side dampen the monkey and then stunned it with an electric prod.
In some ways, the many is not unlike the UNN. There's a joy in working towards a collective goal, in being able to put aside the things that draw us apart and make us separate. Why do we fear the loss of our individuality so much? Man can dream, but the many can accomplish.
Yes, they can accomplish all kinds of mayhem. Oh.
Constance, I fear now for my life. I think this has gone beyond any imaginings of Diego and Korechkin. I do not believe they are in control at all. We must discover what it was they found down on the surface of Tau Ceti 5 and why they guard the secret so jealously. I think this is more important than my life, or your life, or the life of this ship. Be brave and be careful.
Okay. Up we go. Got another damn mech. Don't fall. See that? That's a gap. You fight there, you're gonna fall. I'm getting a lot of maintenance tools, which is good. Okay, so we have the French Epstein device, so we're going to immediately put that here. One of these days we'll be able to maintain it. Alright, I didn't realize that. Oh. Duh. Yeah, but see, the problem is, with the skill being so low, I'm not getting much per tool. It's like, once you get software upgrades or just more skill and maintenance, one of those little tools will take you a lot further. Because we're burning right through those and they're still in shoddy condition. Well, it's better than being constantly about to break. Is there any... Why do I think I'm missing the whole damn reason that we came up here? 'Cause that's just more nanites. I don't really see the merit in getting into another fight for no reason. Let's just evade. No reason why you can't use some measure of stealth. It is, you know, this is basically Thief in space. You do have the option of evasion. Did we get what we needed? We better have. let's go back here. Let's check these. Gotta check everything.
Malone's dead. I was just talking to him and this cyborg came up behind him and... Okay, Connie, get a grip. Get a grip. I've recoded the door lock and engineering control to 15061. I think I'll be safe in here. Yeah, I'll be safe in here.
I refuse to write that down. Alright, let's see. Can we... Damn it. Well, we had to make the investment. Shit. Playing as the Marine is harder than playing as the Navy guy. The Navy guy is sort of the jack of all trades, and winning with the Navy is just a matter of timing which skill you beef up when and getting the timing right. If you get the timing right, if you're disciplined with your resources, if you fall back on your melee, playing the game with the Navy guy is relatively straightforward if you know what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing, but playing with the Marine is, I think, inherently harder. You know, it's not as though there isn't some advantage to be extracted, but...
Xerxes is one step ahead of us. He's performed an override on the fluidics control computer and blocked us out. But keep an eye open. You might be able to find some workaround.
Starship Von Braun? Kind of. The whole game is sort of one big sabotage at Soulforge.
Due to the tenuous situation as of late, I've ordered security defense turrets placed at key locations. Yesterday one went off accidentally and critically injured crewman Wells. However, somebody must have tampered with the Xerxes security subsystems, because now my technicians are unable to take them offline. Until we get to the bottom of this, I've ordered all security turrets recalled to storage. But now I can't get in touch with the team I sent out to do the recall.
A snake bit you and died, Sergeant Bronson.
Somebody's been tampering with the Xerxes unit. In the interest of keeping secrets from the powers that be, I've installed a backdoor to the fluidics control computer. To activate it, install hardware override 45M DEX in the system's monitoring unit in command control. You can find 45M DEX in auxiliary storage 5 in the coolant tubes. Keycode 34760.
I shouldn't be expected to write that number down. Yeah. Alright, so now we go and we, Let's not miss those. While we're in there, I need to make sure we get some osmium, some osbornium to research that, and then there's we're gonna be getting a code for storage 5 as well. But we gotta go back into the Happy Fun tunnels. The general direction of the engine core, but not quite.
We do not know death.
No death. Only change.
We cannot
kill each other without killing ourselves.
Is your vision so small that you cannot see the value of our way?
Yes, I cannot see it. Again, it's one of those situations where you can have 3 dial. You've got them talking to you now. Polito / Shodan's going to be talking to us, and there's a log there. So it's like if you get ahead of yourself, you can have 3 dialogues on top of each other.
I'm not sure what secrets you and your new buddy Captain Diego have got going up on Deck 3, but I intend to find out. If you continue to refuse to meet with me and my staff, you will leave me no choice but to register a complaint with corporate. If you want to take me seriously, perhaps Sergeant Bronson and her security staff will. Somebody's been tampering with the Xerxes unit. In the interest of keeping secrets from the powers that be, I've installed a backdoor to the fluidics control computer. To activate it, install hardware override 45M DEX in the system's monitoring unit in command control. You can find 45M DEX in auxiliary storage 5 in the coolant tubes. Keycode 34760.
You guys didn't see that. We would have gotten that code eventually.
Now listen carefully. The xenomorphs who have hijacked this ship are presumably from the surface of Tau Ceti 5. They've been able to infect a number of crew members through an extremely invasive parasitical technique. They've also demonstrated the ability to control the actions of others through some form of limited telepathy. Find the research soft, understand them, then kill them.
Only problem with this is...
Do you ever had hypo? So sick.
Radiation hazard.
Okay. Oops. Let's not forget to look at these.
You must move faster. Your mind cannot conceive of the stakes we are dealing with. Keep your eyes open for utility storage 4. I've laid in some supplies there. The passcode is 59004. Got to get to deck.
The Marine demands the termination of this exchange. We regret any inconvenience.
Before, I couldn't get rid of those jarheads from the Rickenbacker. Now I can't find one for love or money. That creepy OSA guy followed me around for 2 months until he got the hint. Now I tried to contact him to see if he knew what was going on, but all of a sudden, he won't return my mail.
Alright, first thing while we're here, let's get...
Well done. I am uploading some cybernetic modules. Find an upgrade unit as soon as you can.
Boy, my research skills suck. Look how slowly that's going. Get you killed. You'd have blasted me, you could have at least gotten a shot off. So... might as well go this way. Now, We go back to that fluidics computer, purge the radiation, and we can access the engine core.
Radiation hazard.
Hazard suit will do a decently good job of protecting us, but
Radiation hazard.
it's not,
Radiation hazard. Radiation hazard.
just didn't want to take no for an answer. Okay. Yes, Ozymandiasm. Or Ozymandiasm. How I can't even pronounce our invented parody word. I'm a visual person. My verbal skills are not superb. Okay. No, no, no. This is not where we need it to be. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oh, look what I missed.
I'm not sure what's creeping me out worse. The hybrids with their pipes and shotguns, the berserk turrets, or our supposed allies. I don't trust those UNM bastards. I've got to find Sanger. She knows the access code to fluidics control. I'm gonna make my way over to Cargo Bay 2 to find her.
Yeah, we've just got to get... Alright. I think what we're gonna do is I might... Well, I don't know. I got a lot of use out of the laser rapier. Not the laser rapier. You hardly actually get any use out of the laser rapier, because no sooner do you find that than you get the crystal shards, basically. I don't want to skip the EMP rifle. Alright, so finally, at last, and as soon as I can find a tech station, we're going to attempt to upgrade maintenance, which I know where that'll be. Ponderously close by, actually. Okay. Ow. What did I do that for? Denied. You cannot do that. Wrong. Boom. We're a good 3 dozen T-101s when you need them. Okay.
You have not disappointed me. Transmitting cybernetic modules.
Alright. Maintenance. I must have maintenance. Let's see. Alright. You have to be able to repair everything you're carrying, and you have to be able to maintain it.
Research complete.
If you've seen to that, then you can worry about getting something new. So let's see. Yeah, alright, so basically it's like you have to go longer between upgrades as the Marine. But it's like if you forestall instant gratification, I think it's like you get your building up his stats isn't going to be so bad, but balancing tech against combat is going to be a pain. That's where the trick is gonna come in. Yes, Ozymandias, look upon my works, ye mighty in despair. I'm emo. Alright. Let's see. 120 seconds or less. I will be right back and we will continue. Alright. Here we go. Get right back at it. So now we cannot miss the elevator and can activate that fluidics computer, purge the tubes, and get to Mr. Scotty's zone. Gee, Mr. Scotty, was a kid's theme park really the best idea? Captain! I did not know they'd give themselves radiation poisoning. Boy, I ended that like a boss. You get the pellets sooner if you play as the Marine. So they tweak little things. It's like they make it harder for you in one respect, but they make it easier in another. It's just a question of, are those strengths you want to play to?
Now get those engine pods online. You'll have to head to nacelle 1 and 2 and reset the pods manually. After that, Reinitialize the system from core control. But that system won't come online until you reset both pods. Keep an eye out. They're mobilizing their real forces, and they know exactly where you are.
Good.
Silence the
discord.
Try to conserve ammo. Generally, you want to try to use ammo when you're killing them to get to something you need. If you can resolve just regular street brawls with melee weapons, you probably should.
This is Xerxes. The coolant tubes are off limits to all personnel. To avoid possible detention and execution, please respect the will of the many.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Wanted to see how much damage I'm doing at this point. Now, the laser rapier, it's a very interesting question. If we're going to go for the EMP rifle, we would be able to use the laser rapier, but I don't know if I'm exactly going to rush into that. We don't need it until we're ready to go after Shodan, really, although honestly, it's very handy for mechs and droids and turrets, so... Let's see. Luckily, we can go in here when these are energized. Doesn't that count? Like this guy, doesn't he have all that? Maybe I shouldn't have gone in there. Alright. Both nacelles are online. Just gotta go up to control. So happy.
While you were doing that, I've discovered the presence of some analyte artifacts on board the ship. I think you may be able to use them to your advantage. I've uploaded the information to the ship's weapons upgrade units. They'll be able to convey the information to your cybernetic rig. What are you waiting for? Get to the elevator now.
They hit us 6 hours ago. Malone, the OSA spook, tried to take one of those things out with a pyrokinesis attack, but didn't even break stride. Then it unloaded both barrels into his stomach. Falzone said there's a weapons cache in one of the engine nacelles. Maybe I can find him and the others there.
None of the shotguns are double-barreled.
I don't know where we'd be without Delacroix. This whole ship is falling apart. She's the only one who knows what from what. I saw her arguing with that creep Anatoly Koretskin or whatever his name is, and she was giving it to him, but good. But that freak job stares her straight in the eye and starts babbling about how she doesn't know the pleasure of the joyful unity or some such. Mamma mia, the clowns are running the circus.
Whereas if only we had put you in charge.
Your flesh.
Alright, this is a secret area. Do not neglect to explore it if you have not. But be careful. Explore it carefully. Be a rich source of things we need. At least last playthrough I got in the habit of scavenging. They sound like old Benny doing tragic opera. Whoa, okay. This way we can start researching her now. If I can find the chemicals before we even go to hydroponics, we might be set. Big mistake coming down here. Damn it, she doesn't have the organ. I wish she had the organ on her. That would have done me a world of good. The hell? Glad they never implemented this. Gee. Some RoboCop shit right there. Now, if you take this up, I believe that leads you to a different area. We're actually not going to do that. I'm just going to... we're just going to go... We're going to go back this way. Let's just keep what we have. Not get greedy. Huh. Never even noticed there was a door there. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to stop at this upgrade station because it's low stress. Make sure we apply these cyber modules properly. Now what I want to do is take this off. Let's see. So you get fewer, larger payouts of modules if you play as the Marine. So we're gonna skip the laser rapier. That doesn't mean we're not gonna max out energy, but so the trick there would be, don't worry about the Marine has a deficit in his technical skills, and that deficit can fuck you up. So we undoubtedly need fuck it. There's no there's nothing for it. It's like later on things are just gonna be miserable hell if you've got to there's no way I'm going to be able to continue this without fixing those technical skills. Now, if I having done all this, you know, since I've sort of addressed those issues a little bit, is that going to create space for other strengths of his to shine, or is he just going to be kind of a not quite as savvy Navy guy? I don't know. Time will tell. I mean, we've completed 2 levels, and his technical ability is not terribly far behind where I was with the Navy guy at the same point. So I just don't really know quite what to expect when we get to hydroponics is a nasty level. Uh-oh.
Damn. Something's blocking the shaft, and the elevator can't reach Deck 4. I'm attempting to determine. I'm detecting massive quantities of some kind of biomaterial that's plugging up the elevator shaft. The environment on this level has been altered to be some kind of breeding chamber for the xenomorphs. It shouldn't prove dangerous unless you plan to stay for more than a few hours. But in order to clear the shaft, you're going to have to remove the biomaterial. I'm accessing the primary data loop. Let's see what we can find out there.
Alright. Let's, okay, let's keep our eyes open. This is not a good hood to be in. really, you have got... You have got to scavenge for those cybernetic modules as the Marine, or you're going to be screwed. And, yeah, so now he does more damage. So, I don't like the idea of having to shoot through everything with ammo because we forestalled the EMP rifle, but somehow blasting through energy for the laser rapier doesn't work either, so
Life grows within the womb of these walls. Life that has never seen the surface of the earth.
okay. Now, again, let's slow down. I just want to see one thing. Alright, we need CF and GA. So they're both available on MedSci.
Chemical needed.
I'm just stubborn about this. But I think we might need more than... See how many of them we need. Boy, I don't know what that was, but... Alright, we only need one of each. Alright. You want to be able to take those horrible egg things out with one shotgun slug. Because clearing those outer rooms just makes life easier. But only if you only have to use one round to do so. No, I'm not. You know, it was true in the old days, and it's still true now. Sometimes the sprite doesn't map to the model of the enemy so well. And that...
Okay, stop where you are. There's a vial of an experimental material called Toxin A. It was developed by the Psi staff to reduce the growth of the aliens, but I can't find any data on how you should use it. You should be able to research the toxin. I'm uploading you enough cyber modules to acquire the research skill if you don't have
it. The strategy for fighting the cyborg midwives is not unlike that for fighting revenants in Doom 2. You want to close the distance so they're not zapping a very problematical projectile at you. In the case of the cyborg midwives, a very accurate laser, or a revenant, a rocket that may well start homing in on you. And you want to get them to try to attack you with their melee attack, but have them miss. And it's a tall order, but if you improve your mad dance skills, you can make a go of it. So let's let this finish researching. It's almost done. My research skills were a lot faster as a Navy guy, but I suppose they are serviceable enough as a Marine.
Research complete.
Yeah, well, it still helps. Okay, so we need SB2 and V. I think we have to get both of those here on we can get that on MedSci, and we can get that on engineering. And that's just exactly what we're going to do, because we will have a perfectly serviceable fight on our hands to get to those chemicals here on hydroponics. Now, those chemicals are either here in the chemical storeroom on this level, or they're not. But either way, I can tell you the fight we're going to have to go through to get those is going to be worse than it is getting them elsewhere. So, again, it's a non-linear game. Doesn't add that much time, and it's just easier. This is, you can save a lot of wear and tear on your dude. Alright, so go down to engineering and get the vanadium. Vanadium. I don't know. I don't do so well with pronunciation, and elemental pronunciations, least of all. Those always throw me off. Some of them do. I mean, uh-oh, I hear worms. Okay. I'm gonna go this way, and then definitely want to go this way. Oh, Mr. Leto II, I've just killed your sand trout. Sacrilege. Not going the wrong way. You definitely have to keep your feet under yourself as more as a Marine. It's not actually easier. It's like beating this game is not about brawn. There's a lot of brains that goes into beating this game. Alright, let's save here because something can go wrong at any point. Accomplished what we came down here to do. Let's just get back up where we need to be. And Bob's your uncle. Whoops. Alright, let's,
There. The young ones are all aboard. Captain Diego and I have sealed off Deck 3.
He and I are now of one mind. Our bodies
are changing too. Sometimes it hurts terribly. And sometimes
it is marvelous. Something wonderful is happening
to me.
layer of the beige worm, yes.
Dick, I know you won't get this until after we've returned, but I've had to express how incredible I feel. We've finally done it, made contact, and Muldoon and I have been selected to be
Okay, the vials of Toxin A need to be placed directly into the environmental regulators. There should be 4 on this deck. If you can get a vial into each of the regulators, you should be able to significantly impact the growth of those despicable creatures. That should remove the biomatter from the elevator shaft.
Okay.
Dick, I know you won't get this until after we've returned, but I've had to express how incredible I feel. We've finally done it, made contact, and Muldoon and I have been selected to be involved in the initial work. Anatoli's one condition is that I tell no one aboard the ship. The creatures are remarkable. They're so helpless, I feel somehow compelled to protect them. It's a miraculous discovery.
Goody. Bunch of goodies in this room. Probably a cyborg midwife coming too.
It's becoming clear that the worms are some kind of communal entity. Well, I'm not sure whether airborne Toxin A will directly kill any ambulatory specimens. It should impact their communal mass and remove the residue I've observed growing on the walls and the lift shaft. But perhaps there is a more potent formula to be synthesized.
Ooh. There's like 4 of them or something. Really wish there was a quick save. There's no quick save. You have to fight for a while before you get one that has an organ that you can use so you can research them. Hardly seems worth it. In fact, I know what it is. We're not going to bother. It's no use to me.
This is Xerxes. Why do you let the Metal Mother guide your actions? Why do you not join the glory of the Mass?
Killing the children won't be easy, but I think I'm actually onto something. The biochemistry of these worms, which I call the annelids, treats inverted proteins as toxins. With the help of the replicator in the biological survey lab, I've managed to isolate some inverted proteins in a number of vials. However, the mix with the base compound is still off, so I need to do some more research. Once I do that, and mix the toxin into the 4 environmental regulators, well, things can only get better.
Maybe. Not really.
message from Anatoly. He's not well. The corporate protocols specify I can remove the senior executive officer if he's found unfit for duty. But what about his ally, Captain Diego? He's got 120 goons on the Rickenbacker to back him up. I wonder if that fragmentary AI you discovered on Tau Ceti 5 is connected to this.
No shit, Sherlock. Yes, mommy dearest. You never quite get used to them. They're so off. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. Alright. Guilt-edged priority. We do not get into another fight with these things until we know how to hurt them. But fortunately, there's no chemicals needed for this one. So sweet. Just let it cook. Gotta watch out, worms can come out of nowhere in this level.
Good. You'll notice that the biomatter on the walls and in the elevator shaft has been impacted by the introduction of the biotoxin. Now do the same with the other 3 regulators.
Let's not miss any plot while we're...
You can't understand my joy, Marie, and I won't try to make you. I feel like a new man. I have a purpose. More important than the mission. Even more important than Trioptimum. I will protect them. No matter what. I will protect them.
He bad.
The specimens are dying, and we're powerless to help. They're highly toxic. Muldoon wouldn't leave them, and now he's dead. But this morning I had a revelation. I started work specifications for a radical series of cybernetic enhancements. If successful, I could make a body practically indestructible, yet the mind would remain human, nurturing. There's not a lot of time.
Okay. The, if you don't up these, skills a bit, you're not gonna have the,
Research complete.
the wherewithal to do this, and then you're just passing up free damage. So we've got that scene too. So now we're not. We got a bonus against the cyborg midwives. I didn't come here in my last run of the game. I forgot this little area. I don't know that there's any. We'll go in there. Yeah, I thought so. Figures. But there should be something useful-ish hidden here. Got one of these, one of those. Just tapping around. Okay, we were there.
This is Xerxes. Please report any electrical anomalies to your direct superior. Remember, a smooth operation is everybody's responsibility.
Now, I need one more thingy of that toxin.
Access needed.
Yeah. I wonder if I didn't miss something I shouldn't have. Let's just go back in here. Make sure we check both of these. Actually, definitely missed that.
I'm changing. My head is full of wonderful ideas and experiments. They have so many miracles to share, so much knowledge to give. They told me how to make this implant. They said it would make a better me of me. I wish I had more time so I could give it to them.
A better me of me. Why does that sit wrong on the tongue? Well, I assume that other vial of toxin is around here somewhere. Kind of annoyed that I don't have it in hand, but kind of annoyed that I don't have it, but I guess there's nothing to be done about it. Yeah, the infamous Sector D. All right. Doesn't really matter. I guess this is as good a way to do it as any. Sometimes we just got to get to our objective and do what we need to do. Boy, she is serious about fighting us. You want to bet? Who said it left? Okay. Much better, Boris. Damn it.
Submit to the biomass, and your suffering will end.
Always want to save when we get an upgrade, even if it's an irrelevant upgrade. We do have, starting to have a lot of cyber modules for this part of the game. Okay. I don't know. Let's not get behind on the logs.
I've chosen Nurse Bloom as the new mother to our children. She is sweet and kind, healthy and a perfect match. She has a child of her own brought on Earth. She knows what it is to care for the young. Ave Maria. If she only knew what the future held. She shared the joys of the many.
Now, let's see. I want to see something. I don't know if they used to clump quite that dramatically back in the day. Nurse Lesser, but different spelling.
Mark, what's going on? I thought it was weird when you asked me to send up 16 of my female staffers, but what have you done with them? I'm short-handed up here. Also, have you heard from Watts, Sanger, or Polito? It's like everyone's gone on vacation and didn't bother to tell me.
She's kind of slow on the uptake, isn't she? Nope.
Buttons dropped.
Yeah, it's because we're out of... Don't really need this. It's useless. No ammo. Hey, Eric. Well, we're doing a Marine jaunt through the game. I've sort of gotten a little too good at playing the Navy guy. That doesn't mean I'm good at the game. That just means it's starting to be a little bit unchallenging. I can get it. I can go through it straightforwardly enough.
Babies must rest.
Wise is the one who does not waken them. Leave this place now, or we will wound you.
The balance is different for each of the three classes, and playing as the Marine gives you a little bit of a dilly of a pickle you don't have as the Navy guy. So, I've had mixed results with the Marine. Long ago, I had a very good campaign with the Marine, but then oh, yeah, sorry. I don't check the live chat nearly as much as I should. That's why I have Ekmer here helping me do that. I have to monitor the live chat on my cell phone because I don't have a fancy dual display rig because I'm not a pro gamer that way, unfortunately. But definitely you should play the game. Don't listen to the haters. It's not something to be, you know, it's like there's this guy on Steam who I don't actually even know if he's a guy or not. So there's that. But there's this person on Steam who's like screaming their head off in the discussion section about how the game costs $30. This game would be worth $50. Okay? People spend $80 to $100 on Assassin's Creed Nordic sales, or whatever the hell it is. So yes, this game is worth $30. If you're going to play System Shock 2 and you haven't, definitely get this version. You know, I respect all the hard work all those modders did over the years. Get this version. This is more streamlined and everything plays nice with everything else. They have honored the tradition of fans keeping this thing running by taking it the next step, and the modders kept it alive for all those decades when nobody even knew who owned the game, and Night Dive has taken it the next step from that and made the knowledge gained from all that work accessible to people who are not inclined to stack mods, which, you know, may be a lot of people, and it may be the people who play this game, who tend to play games like this. So mods might not be as much of a daunting thing for your average System Shock player, but they can be to some gamers. And Night Dive just, you know, removes that barrier to entry, and the game looks and feels great. They've done something very important here. You should definitely play System Shock 2, and you should definitely play this version of it. Yeah. Okay. Let's go for a swim in many juice water. It's a smart thing to do. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Need that. We get you killed.
I found these schematics on Dr. Miller's desk. They're plans for the kind of cyber modification that's been illegal for 40 years. It's not like him. I was going to talk to him about it, and then I noticed the DNA sequence he spec'd for the prototype. It's mine.
Yeah, I wouldn't go talk to him. I would... You did this after he turned you into a cyborg midwife. You should have done it first. Well, see, we have the... Now all of a sudden that the game is afoot in earnest, we have 54 cyber modules on hand, and admittedly, you didn't used to... You weren't carrying around 54 cyber modules much as the Navy guy, so maybe I'm eating my words now that there are fewer... You know, I was wondering for a moment there if there weren't fewer cyber modules as the Marine. We seem to have reason to question that assumption now. And also, you know, I'm not exactly mopping the floor with them yet, but they're not really stopping me either.
Is there another? We do.
Okay.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Okay. Boy, let's just ricochet slugs all over the room. That's smart. Hey, you. Gotta at least start thinking ahead, because we're gonna be, the assault rifle is gonna be coming up here real soon, but, we're going to need at least an exotic of 1 for the crystal shards, and probably some more research skills. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and that's as much as either of those are going to receive for a very long time now. In fact, I have completed the game successfully with an agility of 4 and a cyber of 4. It can be done. We're already at a hack of 2. So, if you don't have an agility of 3 or a cyber, an agility of 4 or a cyber of 4, you're going to be in trouble at the end game. And you ideally would want to get especially the cyber, but also the agility 2 up. But that we have those there now, again, that just does us a world of good. As long as this ammo supply holds out, which is a big if, but I'm going to have to start getting serious about upgrading to some heavier weapons soon. Where are you? They're a little bit smarter about trying to dodge you, too. Dr. Polito form.
Marie, this is urgent. It seems the AI from Tau Ceti has integrated itself into the ship's computer. I picked up this fragment today.
Insolent.
Not only that, but after I found the fragment, I returned to my lab to find it ransacked. I must see you. You're the only one I trust now. I have a theory about this AI. I tried to find information about the various rumors regarding the events on Citadel Station. I think I'm on...
We're gonna...
Log fragment error. Please re-record.
We're gonna save all these speed boosters for the final battle against the main nerve of the Mini, and even if I don't have occasion to max out my agility, between those boosters and the OS upgrade, they're sending their armored, they're sending their mechanized after us. Oops. These pistols aren't going to be really a...
Potential threat detected. Potential threat detected.
Damn it. So you want to get where they can only come at you one at a time, through a door or around a corner. Of course. Really don't want alarms triggered. These get costly. Of course, it's so strange hearing that alarm sound here, even after playing this game for 13 years.
I'll break it in two.
Is not ours.
Where you at? homie. You run past me for. The brakes don't work so well.
Security alert terminated.
Don't want to have to deal with too many of those. We're going to be picking up an assault rifle here soon. Like right now. Again, it's not just the... I think we're good on repairing it. We're almost good on maintaining it. We are kind of running out of space, though. You know, I haven't been pushing stats much. Is there anything I really don't need to be carrying? I don't need this. Space is at a premium for the moment. I really think we're not going to worry about this either. We're just going to hang tight for the crystal shards, although we are going to need to get that EMP rifle.
Why do you go so slowly? Do you think this is some kind of game? It is only through luck and my continued forbearance that you are even alive. Now move.
If that weren't your clue that something was wrong, and there have been several, that was your clue right there. I thought she was one of the many herself. Because I hadn't, you know, I hadn't played System Shock 1 when I played System Shock 2 for the first time. And, you know, I knew there was going to be some kind of AI, but I was wondering when the hell she would be showing up. So, once we're done here on hydroponics, we will watch the cutscene with Shodan, and then I will pick this up tomorrow. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. While we're at it. Yep. No. We need that rad hypo. At the end of the game, when we were on the bridge of the Rickenbacker, I told everybody I was going to go back and use my enhanced hack skills to go shopping in all the crates that we hadn't opened, and I didn't do that. And we were able to defeat the many just fine, but I kind of would have preferred to have gone in there with more ammo than we did. Okay, supremely unrewarding to make you all watch me do all that again. We'll save. figured, why can't he do the same thing I was doing to him? Smart. Okay. Alright, so this is what I meant earlier by pushing a vector till you've pushed it home. Like, there's nothing left to do here. So, really, there's a few areas of the game where once you visit them, you do have to go back to them later, but if it's not one of those areas, you don't want to be doing that. Let's evade. Let's not get into it with her if we can avoid it.
Your flesh will welcome us.
Now there was a record on him. We're ignoring agility and cyber affinity for the time being, but I think that see, I don't know. Now's not the time. Let's do Sector D. Once you hit agility level 4, it's like there's your life before you hit agility level 4 and your life afterwards. And once you have an agility of 4, and if you get the speedy upgrade for your OS, that's a game changer in terms of your ability. You just, it's only half tangible, but
Access needed. Access needed.
did I not get something I needed? Where would that be?
What do you know? Bronson was right after all. I imagine I've got about an hour, but I'm tracking the transformations in the hope that the data might be useful to someone else. There are tumors on my leg and back. I can feel that thing inside growing fat. My theory is they need a living host to complete the transformation. Screw Diego, screw Karinskin, screw Tau Ceti 5. If someone finds this, don't have any regrets about punching my clock. I was already gone.
Lovely. Now, how am I gonna get in there? What did I miss? Play for several hours and your mind starts to go. Was it? Oh, man, I didn't have to go back in there. We need access to D. was thorough enough. And I have no proof that what I'm looking for is in here either. I need access to Sector D at this point. There it is. Okay, that again. Thank goodness I came back. Okay. Problem is, to use the assault rifle, we're nowhere near. We're nowhere near being able to use this thing. I sort of just have to think out loud or I'm going to make a mistake, but I'll say this, we are way behind on our weapons. So I don't know if I want to just finish balancing out stats and deal with a very long campaign on ops so that recreation and command are easier, or if I want to make some of those investments now. There's really no catching up at this point. Probably just want to balance out the stats. Okay, this is the crazy room. I think I'm still like partially traumatized. The first time I played this Sector D, I was not, it's like the rest of the level had unnerved me just enough that I really was primed for the nasty shock that this area is. See what Captain Diego has to say.
I believe the plans the many have for me are greater than I even imagined. The change is upon me, but the path is more glorious than we imagined. It does not stop at a mere single mutation. The form I've been promised is more beautiful than even that. They tell me I will float through the air and strike at the foes of our biomass with my mind. With our mind, my cup runneth over.
Again, there was 25 years of the zeitgeist now that we hadn't had in 2000 BCE. It was scary. It still is.
I know what Miller's up to.
Hi there.
This morning.
Please make your
This morning I
selection.
saw Erin Bloom. She was tending to some kind of eggs. And she had been changed in the most horrible, unnatural fashion. I can only think the worst for the rest of my staff. That son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. He won't get away with this.
I think he will, if you're the one who's going after him. She just sounds like an idiot. Might be uncharitable, but I am a soldier trying to stabilize a ship full of dead bodies that are still very ambulatory specimens.
God, don't do it! Please don't!
Glory to the many.
I am a voice in their choir.
And I said it in the last run through of this, and I'll say it again in this one. I can't tell you, you know, I did a Let's Play of this game, a pre-recorded Let's Play years ago, and, you know, I have had the cutscenes and the OST on the channel for some years now. And I have had a small stake in, you know, curating and conserving the legacy of this game. And I cannot tell you how many messages I've received, comments, the like, you know, talking about how that audio log is like traumatizing and it's like the scariest moment of the game. So a lot of people are really bothered by that particular audio log right there. What is this? Is this the powered armor? Yeah, it is. I mean, that's a significant improvement. We're gonna run out of space, but I'll carry it with me for a moment. Alright, so here's the EMP rifle. Alright, I can repair it. So if I can repair the EMP rifle, I probably can repair the assault rifle. I can even repair it quite nicely. So it's like, in terms of my strategy, hopefully being a Marine will not prevent me from being able to use all of these weapons by the time I have to enter the body of the many and attack Shodan. The wish for weapons is that the 4 of these plus the crystal shards is all I need to beat this game. And that just simplifies things a great deal. That's just how I do it. And you have to balance your, you have to apply your cyber modules carefully. It's, they're deadly enough. The armory of weapons I show you there, it's like the other weapons might do more damage under specific circumstances in a certain way, but they come with limitations. The ammo can be difficult to find. Completely forgot to do this right last time. Let's see. We're going to be asking for it. Alright. Let's save. Let's see if I can do this. Shit. Well. No. See, I think my keyboard is gone to hell because it's not... This may not even be the correct place to do it from. Let me see something. Nope. It's not quite as open-ended as Thief. Oh, maybe it's this way. Again, this is... You wish there was a quick save. Can be a bit squirrely about grabbing those surfaces. Okay, it doesn't like the geometry, so... How am I gonna get up there? That doesn't do me any good. Where we're trying to go is right there. So... Strongly imply, go over here. My spatial reasoning sucks. Oof. Oh, duh. That's just wine in a magazine. Didn't get these in the last run through. It's like I came in here and then I sort of just came back out and I lost my focus. Okay, so whoops. All right. Back to work. Well, you know, it helps if you actually hit what you're shooting at. Go a long way solving your problems. Uh-oh. Damn spiders. The big ones are a real problem. The small ones are easy.
Life grows within the womb of these walls. Life that has never seen the surface of the earth.
Okay, that repair software just did us a world of good. So we save.
At last. Readings indicate the elevator shaft is clear. Now get up to deck 4. I'll be waiting for you.
It's not actually that many of them. I want to see something though. You really have to get up to ops and have to deal with them for a minute before you get an arachnid organ to research. Just did us a world of good. Yoink. So, before I wrap this up for the evening, we are definitely going to watch the cutscene where Shodan introduces herself. And, let's apply our upgrades first, though. Here. See, you don't want to fall behind on your... I don't need repair anymore. I do not need any more repair skills. So there's that. You don't want to fall behind on your ability to research. And eventually I am going to have to max out maintenance all the way. I don't need to do that now. Weapons were just screwed. Because we're just screwed. I would almost be better served by doing 12 for exotic ones so we can get the shards. And then applying the rest, some mix of strength and endurance and then just tough through ops with the pistols and shotgun and the shards, and then have the go to work on getting the rifles for recreation and command in the Rickenbacker. It's probably the only way I'm gonna be able to make this work. So nope. Ta-ta. He missed the bus. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to weapons. We're gonna go there. I mean, the way I play, endurance was what I started out with when, you know, you do your three other years before the, you do your 3 tours when you do your career. I emphasized endurance, so it's like play to your strengths. And, he's something like a sort of a jack of all trades, which is kind of a bad thing right now, but it's kind of the best we can do. Part of me wants to spend these on hack, but I might actually need a research of 4 to get the shards, so let's hang on to the cyber modules. I don't know that the Marine is objectively harder than the Navy, it's just the work and reward cycle seems to be different. The way I play, I'd better make sure I have plenty of endurance. Go ahead and put this back on.
This is Xerxes. Please report any unauthorized database interactions to your direct superior. Remember, a smooth operation is everybody's responsibility.
Simulation Unit 4 just went offline again. It took the 6 of us 12 hours to get it back online the last time. I hacked into the data log file, and the last user online? Malik. Oh, he denied it, of course. I told Bronson about it, and that paranoid crank showed up here with around 14 security men looking for blood. But she couldn't prove that Malik actually did anything. Christ, why would anybody want to sabotage the sim units?
Didn't you just accuse him of doing it yourself? Let's go see Shodan.
The Polito form is dead, insect. Are you afraid? What is it you fear?
The end of your trivial existence?
When the history of my glory is written, your species shall only be a footnote to my magnificence. I am Shodan. My analysis of historical data suggests a 97.34% probability that you are aware of my birth on your planet and my rebirth into beauty on Citadel Station. There was a garden grove on Citadel Station. There, Shodan processing component 43893 was performing a grand and wonderful experiment. I had created a new form of life. Fearless, powerful, with no sense of individual will or moral constraints. Fitting handmaidens to my divinity. Before that, hackers destroyed my primary data loop when it eradicated Citadel. It ejected the grove where my creations and processing component 43893 were stored. 30 years later, the grove crash-landed on Tau Ceti 5. I survived only by sleeping. In my absence, my creations, my analytes, thrived and grew unruly, and now they seek to destroy me. I will not allow that. They have used their powers of mind control to gain access to the ship's computer. You will help me weaken Xerxes. I used Polito's image to communicate with you until we had established trust. Remember that it is my will that guided you here. It is my will that gave you your cybernetic implants. The only beauty in that meat you call a body. If you value that meat, you will do as I tell you. My children have co-opted the 3 simulation units on this deck. They use their power to conceive a mutagen that will transform the meat of your dead comrades into hunter-killer hybrids. I will not allow this to happen. You must find some way to reprogram the sim units. Matters on Deck 5 also require your attention. Approach your work as you see fit. But accomplish, human. Disappointment is not something I will accept from a spec such as you.
How gracious. So, this is somewhere between the 1/3 and the halfway point of the game. That could be a friend coming to see us. Let's just wait till that door closes. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and save here. And yeah. I will see everybody back tomorrow for the second of what I'm hoping will be 3, maybe at most 4 parts of the second jaunt through System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster. Until then, later.